How do they do it, these whole food plant-based eaters? The food just doesn't taste good. I can't get used to it. I can't believe they do this every day. Let me explain the taste buds and how you can get to a point where the food tastes good again. Here we go. Hey everybody, this is Dylan. I am here to help you make your healthy whole plant food diet easier to adhere to, much less complex, and tastier too. Let's talk about those taste buds. So you're brand new to this way of eating and you're having trouble stomaching the food. It's just not what you're used to and it doesn't taste good. Well, here's the thing. It is as simple as what I just said. It's not yet what you're used to. The taste buds are a fancy pants little organ. Is it an organ of the body? Who cares? They're in there and they're doing something. So let's figure out what it is. Our taste buds were designed over millions of years and are now what make us human. And we have been human for at least a couple 100,000 years. And we've been getting by okay. There have been times when it hasn't been okay, but we're here today, so there's something there. We are designed to seek the richest food in our environment. That's how we know to eat it, because it tastes good. And then when we eat it, we don't starve to death. So that's really what it is. That's why we're here today, because our taste buds actually liked the food enough to keep on eating it and not die. Well, it turns out that now it's really no different than before. We're still seeking the richest food in our environment. It's just that the food has gotten so much richer than ever before. We've got nothing but science food these days. Chips and cookies, unlimited everything. It's really hard to eat healthy food. And just like with drugs, you're gonna need more and more over time to get the same hit as you got before. It started out as babies when we were sucking back all that breast milk and it tasted great. We knew we needed to get as much of that into our bodies in order to stay alive. And then we hit 6 months or so and we start eating some healthy whole natural foods. Even the baby food purees in the little jars are actually healthy. Like they're just a whole food ingredient without all of the junk. And then over time we start giving the kids sugary foods and chicken nuggets and lots of processed junk, pastries and cookies and all these things. And sure enough, the kids get used to eating all of the really processed, highly concentrated foods. It's really not surprising at all. And as they get older, it takes a little bit more to hit right. Am I right? They need a little more soda every day at school. Now we got the unlimited fountain drinks at school. Oh boy, you just can't get enough. And then you become an adult and it's more of the same. The concentrated stuff, now you got your own money and you can spend it just the way you want to, going all the chefy restaurants, the rich foods, all of the cheap dollar menu foods that are also really rich and save you a lot of money, but they're still so concentrated and you become used to eating those, and it is a very big problem. This is what leads to people getting overweight, obese, unhealthy. Then come the meds to control your cholesterol and your blood pressure. Now you got type 2 diabetes coming. Oh boy, now it's metformin and all these other drugs to try to keep you from dying early, and it doesn't work very well. And then you decide, okay, I'm gonna try this healthy food thing, and we're gonna go back to when I was a baby eating food. Well, you take a bite of that plain old potato and you're like, whoa, this doesn't taste so good. Why is that? Is it because potatoes don't taste good? No, I love potatoes. I eat them all day, every day, and they're wonderful. What the issue is that your taste buds have adapted to the very rich food that is readily available in your environment. In our natural history, we would never have had access to all of this rich food all the time. Well, now the environment has changed and we've all adapted our taste buds to really rich food. All of the richest foods are what we're used to eating day in, day out, and if we ever go back to eating the whole natural foods that our ancestors ate, we find them disgusting. Well, this is one of the biggest challenges when you're brand new to a whole plant food diet like we eat here at Well Your World. A really simple comparison to understand that changes a lot faster than our taste buds would be our eyes. If you're out working in the bright sun with no sunglasses, your eyes adapt. Your pupils, whatever, they adapt to the bright sun so that you can actually be productive out there without the need for sunglasses, for example. We didn't have sunglasses in our natural history, you know what I mean? We didn't even have visors, okay? I see no caveman pictures with visors. Am I right? Now you've got to take that rich food and make it simple, just like the hundreds of recipes that we have on this channel in our cookbooks. They're all super delicious. But I admit, if you're brand new to this way of eating, it ain't gonna hit the same as your old drugs. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a short period of time where you're eating healthy, whole natural food and you can't stand the taste. You cannot very easily eat unhealthy foods in moderation. Oh, everything in moderation, just a little bit here and there. Well, here's the thing. Are the people telling you that able to sustain their lives without the need for cholesterol and blood pressure medications? Are they in a normal BMI range? If not, then they are not eating in that moderation that they're preaching at you. Now, how do you get your taste buds to adapt back to a normal way? We've already talked about you just eat healthy food and you'll get used to it. Yeah, I know. That's tier 1, is just adapting your diet, switching your diet to the new way of eating, and doing it for long enough that you forget about all of the cravings and all of the rich, healthy food that exists everywhere. But that can be hard for people because it takes the longest to adapt. This would be like going from a really bright outdoors to a less bright outdoors and a less bright outdoor, and then finally walking inside. Your eyes adjust, but they adjust much more slowly. Tier 2, the next extreme, would be to restrict, do quite a restrictive diet for a short amount of time. I do not advocate for long-term restrictive diets. This leads to ill health, binge eating, and other issues. It is not sustainable to eat a restrictive diet for a long time, but you can do it for, say, 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, something like that. To do this, you would just pick some really strict food rules. Maybe you'd pick a couple of starches. Remember, the base calories that we eat come from whole natural starches: potatoes, whole grains, and legumes, beans. You got it. You have a really restrictive diet that still consists of the foods that we are going to eat day in and day out, but you also eliminate some of the indulgent things. You get rid of all the nuts and seeds and avocado and any of the rich cashew-based sauces and things like that. Eliminating salt altogether is a really excellent way of neuro-adapting your taste buds to a healthier diet. You don't have to do it forever. You could just do it for a while, a couple of weeks, as much time as it takes for you to find that food delicious. And now you can add back some of the richness that's still very healthy. The nuts and seeds and avocado you could bring back in to make the food even tastier. And believe me, when you add those things in after 2 weeks of not eating them, they taste really good. Then there's tier 3, I guess I'm calling it, where you would walk in from a really bright outdoors sunny area to a dark closed off room in pitch black darkness. Your eyes are going to adjust very quickly for that. Now we can do that with food. What would that be like? Well, it would be like fasting on water for a few days. If you're not on a bunch of meds and you have other health issues that you need to take into account, you could spend a few days drinking nothing but water, for example, or you could do a juice fast. That's actually, I guess there are 4 tiers. We'll split this one into 2, but the most extreme would be doing a water fast for even like 3 days. If all you're doing this for is your taste buds, then if you go 3 days without eating and you just drink water, my goodness, plain brown rice is gonna taste like a delicacy, I'm telling you. The easier version of this extreme case would be juicing. You could do like a 5-day juice fast. Again, if you're on any meds or you're under a doctor's supervision, then you can't just go and do this extreme change to a water fast, or even maybe a juice fast is too much for you. So keep this in mind. The juice isn't doing anything magical. The juice isn't causing your taste buds to adapt. What's causing your taste buds to adapt is the elimination of all of the rich things that you've taken out of the diet. That is what's causing your taste buds to adapt to the plain whole foods. After a few days, you can go make one of the recipes from my videos that you previously may not have liked that you're now gonna eat, and you're gonna be like, whoa, this is amazing. So now it just comes down to picking which tier you're ready for, and then do it. Your taste buds are not special. There's really nothing special about you compared to every other human in this species. You've just got to give it the time it takes to adapt those taste buds, and you will get there. If you want more help removing the complexity from your whole plant food diet, subscribe to this channel. It's all we talk about. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.